Hey guys, Austin here, and I just want to talk about the Oilers' 4-3 win over the Seattle Kraken last night. The Oilers were down 3-1 with 6 minutes left, but Evander Kane willed this team to victory by scoring a natural hat trick, 2 goals in the third, and then the overtime winner to seal the win for Edmonton. Just kind of wanted to talk about the game last night real quick here. I won't try and make this video too long. I'm just on moneypuck.com, just kind of going over the expected goals, the advanced analytics, if you will. Now, MoneyPuck has a deserve to win-o-meter, and according to their simulations, Seattle would have won 74.3% of the time based on 1,000 game simulations, and that kind of tracks. I thought for the most part Seattle played the better game, especially in the second period. My biggest issue with the Oilers last night was in the second period, and it was with Chris Knoblauch and his utilization of Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. The first period, they did not play together in any shifts. The second period, Knoblauch went to them and played them together almost every shift that they had that period. And then in the third period, he split them back up, put them on their own lines, and then Edmonton seemed to find a bit of a groove. They found a way to claw back and get 2 points. So we'll look at the expected goals in all situations last night. As you can see, the first 2 periods, very low event hockey for Edmonton. Seattle was scoring on some opportunities, 3-1 after 2. And you'll notice here, there's a couple moments where Seattle almost scored. Stuart Skinner stood on his head, though, kept the boys in it, gave them a chance to come back, and they did. Edmonton with a big flurry in the last 6 minutes of the game here to get 2 goals to tie. And then, of course, Evander Kane's winner. Looking at the expected goals in all situations, actually, you know what? No, we're going to do expected goals of individual players at 5-on-5. Basically, if you are above 50% in a game for expected goals as an individual player, that means that you are on the ice and you are driving the better offensive chances. When you are on the ice, your team is creating more opportunities than they have against them, or better quality opportunities, I guess you could say. So last night, there's not a lot of Oilers above 50%, but leading the pack were Draisaitl and Hyman, and then Evander Kane, of course, strong game from him. Ekholm and Bouchard were the best defense pair by a mile. Connor McDavid ended up just over 50% there. I felt he actually started to play really good as the game went along. He was finding his legs a bit, which is really nice to see. Now, if you are below 40%, then that usually means that you had a very tough game. You were on the ice for a lot of scoring chances against, and there are a lot of Oilers below 40% here. Adam Ernie, Sam Gagner, Ryan McLeod, Derek Ryan, David Desharnais, James Hamblin, Warren Foegele, Brett Kulak, and Raphael Lavoie. They all struggled mightily last night. The eye test also matches the advanced analytics here. We're going to need a lot more from these guys. The Sam Gagner experiment on the top line with Connor McDavid needs to end, in my opinion. It was a really good story. His first game back, he scored 2 goals. But Connor McDavid, he needs a bit of speed on his wing. He needs someone with some finish. Sam Gagner does not fit either of those bills. Sam Gagner should be suited to a 3rd or 4th line role moving forward. Now, let's look at the ice time for the Oilers last night. Leading the way was Evan Bouchard on D, 23 minutes, 54 seconds. Connor McDavid was next. Leon Draisaitl, that was to be expected, down in the third. They were getting really pushed out there. Their last few shifts, they had a lot of shifts where they were over a minute and a half trying to tie the game. Lowest time on ice, Raphael Lavoie, 5:52. Darnell Nurse is down here, but he played 25:46. Darnell Nurse actually played the most ice time of any player last night. And I will say, when the net was empty, and he made that diving, lunging play to prevent the empty netter and Seattle pulling off the victory, I thought that was pretty clutch from Nurse. I harp on Darnell Nurse a lot, but he was instrumental in the Oilers being able to come back last night. But again, my train of thought has been ruined here, so I'm going back to the time on ice. Lavoie, Hamblin, and Ernie all barely got to play last night, especially Lavoie. He really struggled. Hamblin struggled. Adam Ernie, he did not look good to me, and then he took that really, really bad penalty halfway through the third period. Very lucky that the penalty kill came in clutch there. I would be happy if Adam Ernie just never saw the lineup ever again, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Now, let's look at the goalies. Stuart Skinner with his 3rd solid game in a row. He had 4.76 expected goals against. His actual goals against was 3, so he saved almost 2 goals saved above expected, which is terrific. If Stuart Skinner can keep that up, that will be huge moving forward with the team. Speaking of the team, We're going to head to natural stat trick now. We're going to take a quick look and see where their PDO, high danger save percentage chances are, and their expected goals for percentage. PDO, basically, it's shooting percentage plus save percentage. Every team usually ends up around 1. If you're at a 1, then that means you're not overly lucky. You're not very unlucky. You're kind of where you should be. Now, with the Oilers right now, the win last night, they brought their PDO up to a 9.61. This was at a 9.3 a few games ago, so it is starting to regress to the mean, but they are the lowest high danger save percentage in the team still, so this PDO has even more regression to occur. And looking at the expected goals for percentage at 5-on-5, the Edmonton Oilers currently sit in 5th place in the entire league, so they are still generating a lot more chances than they are giving up. Better chances, I guess you should say. And so we are expecting the Oilers to continue to find some wins here. The regression to the mean is currently occurring, and I expect them to continue to win and bank some points going into December. And then the last little bit that I want to look at is just where each player is points-wise. Just a little look at the statistics. Leon Draisaitl's leading the way with 21 points in 15 games. Evander Kane, 15 points in 15 games. Zach Hyman, again, point per game. I want to mention Evan Bouchard, by the way. He has been phenomenal offensively, and the last 3 games or so, I found his defensive game is really starting to round into form, so that's very nice to see. Connor McDavid has goals in consecutive games this year, which is really nice to see. He might be on the upswing here. Nugent Hopkins, 11 points, 15 games, -3. He only has 3 goals in 15 games. I'm expecting this to also regress back to the mean. I'm expecting Ryan Nugent Hopkins to start potting some goals very soon. And yeah, so that's pretty much where we are at here. We'll take a look at Stuart Skinner. He's brought that goals against average down to a 3.23, save percentage 880. He is now 4-5 on the season. So what did you guys think of the game last night? Do you think the Oilers are on the upswing here? What do you think of Chris Knobloch? Do you think his line shuffling needs to stop? Do you think he's doing a good job behind the bench after 2 games? Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.